wait a couple minutes, let everyone kind of come in here. Let it load. I'm gonna start sorting. Ooh. A couple pieces are down, but let's get this going and we'll start to sort this. Set these tracks. This is a used set that I've had for actually 2 sets. Hi, without this. How are you doing? Yeah, we'll do the Chris over there. I'm sick. Oh, I'm sorry. That's no fun. Hi, Aaron. How is everyone? I couldn't find the paper instructions, so I'm going to use the Lego building app. Give this a shot. I haven't used it very often, but I think it won't be like the new sets, but it should still help me out. Just give me a moment while I try to find the sets. Yeah, I would agree with you there. Like there's a couple now that are. You got snow this weekend. Is that rare for Kentucky? Yeah, I would agree with you there. Without this year's Star Wars sets it's kind of a dud year. I don't know that there's been many years that have been this bad. Disciple now. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Key tag. Don't mind me, I'm gonna look for the right instructions. The app does not organize. Or they Spider Droid. Oh, you got Disciple now this weekend. Not Snow. Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to give this a try. Try to get as many people in here as I possibly can. That is my overall goal. But I'm trying to work with everyone as best that I can. So we're gonna give this a try for. It must be better than 1 a.m. for you. Give me a little bit, and I'm gonna find my building instructions that I set up. There we go. I got them. So apparently some of the 2013 sets aren't in the app. Well, Aaron, that sounds really cool. Maybe your week is hopefully calming down a little bit. You get to relax, build some Lego. Trying to remember. I think that was the Hulkbuster. I don't think anyone in here was on that last stream. I'm pretty sure that was that new Marvel Hulkbuster, which I did try to do a little earlier for you. I do believe that you missed that one. I'm also thinking about some other options for some streams here. Just I'm not still doing streams, of course. But at some point here, I'm going to run a Lego sets build. At least until I get some more back from my parents' house, which won't happen until June. But I'm thinking about maybe doing a mock series, and maybe we'll live stream some of the building of that. Pretty much the UCS or 18 plus. I don't know what they're going to call it UCS, but it's definitely going to be. How did I get what? The DZ. How are you doing, number one? What set are you talking about that I got? Somehow I missed that. I'm not seeing anything on that. Oh, snail tank. I've had it. These are. I have both the 2013 and 2009, and I bought them when they released for the retail price. And when I moved, or some of the times that I've moved, I have grabbed it from my collection. That is how I have it. I know its value is quite. Actually, the 2000 and I think the 13 one is more valuable than the 19. Yeah, they're quite cool. There hasn't been one in like 10 years, so I hope that Lego will make another one at some point. But their separatist sets have been very sparse, very few and far between. I mean, even the clone sets this year are pretty rare. Yes, I definitely like it, especially for these streams. It helps me find the pieces, so I don't spend all day, where it's just you staring at me trying to find the piece that is right in front of me. So I think it makes it easier, and I get to kind of. You sort by color too. Yeah, I've seen that on some of your streams. You sort and you like going over cool pieces and all that. This is really cool. I just think sorting, you know, I didn't used to, but these last couple times that I've done it, I've found it very useful and helpful. Making things easier is what I'm all about. Now, this is both my snail tanks, but I also have the 2005 ones too, the bright orange tanks. They are just not in the current state. They are still back with my parents, which I'm hopeful that I'm going to grab in June. I'm hoping to get a large portion of my collection out here. I can continue streaming old sets, building those, as well as maybe getting a couple of new sets, but there's nothing really speaking to me that's available right now. The only thing possible is a TIE bomber, and I do want to pick up a couple more of the ATTs before those retire. Just for the fact that they're ATTs, and I think that they are the best ATTs LEGO has done. I want to have a nice army going. I would like to build a clone base with a ATTE bay. I'm working on Legos. Yes, that will be happening. It probably won't happen today. I'm working on something for that, but it will. I promise you, it will be happening. I'm thinking about starting on the next stream. We'll try to do something where very similar to how some other YouTubers do, where they do something special at a certain amount of likes. I think I'll start doing where we get, maybe 10 likes on a live stream. I'll do some push-ups at the end or something like that. But it won't be today. I haven't figured out exactly how I want it to work. And once I do, I'll be implementing that into these. Especially if you guys are all for it. I'm down to do it. Oops. I combined some colors. But these tanks aren't like super complicated. There's not too much technique. So they should be nice and easy builds. Oh, you had to wear high heels last month? Yes, what board games do I like playing? Oh, that is an interesting question. I enjoy Axis and Allies, although I don't play very often. I used to play with my neighbor every day after school when I was in middle school. It's been a good while since I've played though. See what other things? Cribbage that's a family favorite. A very nice game. I'm trying to think, what other games do I play? I play a lot. I play interesting, like not well known card games. Like there's one called Stuff Happens, which is where you rank, like how you have what's called a scale of misery. So you'd rank basically 6. Hold on, I'm just gonna figure out what piece I need. Anyway, you rank. I did play chess. I was actually in the chess club. Funny enough, for a little bit until my chess teacher moved away. It looks like one of these. I did play chess. Let's see, what else do I play? Those are kind of drawing a blank on the other ones, but I every now and again I'll play card games and board games. Anyone have any favorite board games or card games? Did I enjoy it? I did. I wasn't very good, but I enjoyed it. I didn't like the aspect of being on a timer when I was in the chess club, but I do enjoy Monopoly's very good. I've been eyeing a Star Wars Monopoly that there's one that my store sells. It's a Boba Fett related. But I probably have enough monopolies to. I definitely have enough monopolies. Remember what I'm scrolling here. Let's see. Yeah, Monopoly is a very good game. A lot of fun. It can also lead to some arguments too. That's what's going on. I zoomed in way too much, so things are happening that I didn't know were happening. Okay, so this. Alright, now I figured it out. I had the instructions zoomed in too much, so I couldn't see the alternate steps that were happening. Just down to 7. 8. Okay. There's lots of these translucent orange pieces, which are really cool. Now they just add a little bit of a different color scheme other than just being a gray snail, which there's nothing wrong with that, but just really cool that LEGO did that, even as far back as 2013. On their first snail tank was 2005, which I have a couple that I got from my neighbor. And anyway, on the first snail tanks, oops, put those in the wrong place. They actually, instead of operating like they do in Universe with just a droid brain, you put a B1 battle droid inside. Different to how they do it now. Now, you basically there's they don't have a droid inside to operate. You get more droids for the army, so to speak. I enjoyed them. They were a lot of fun. They're not like my favorite kind of set, but they weren't bad. They were a lot of fun, pretty decent. I liked the pink brick on the inside. That was fun. They're good, and it gets back into Lord of the Rings, so that's always a good time. Man, some of this is going back and forth between on the PDF online is a little bit more complicated than it should be, probably. May have lost a piece. So we're going to continue on and see if it turns up here. I probably know the answer, but what does everyone think about the Star Wars mechs? Just going to crack that shell open. I don't think that I'm the biggest fan, but I'm definitely not their target audience. That's why. Just one second. Like that. Sweet. The worst set of this year's wave? Ooh. I don't know. I kind of want to. I feel like it's maybe the mechs, but the buildable Chewbacca isn't exactly my favorite either. I don't mind I know people are kind of making a big deal about the Yoda's You say no to them. Yeah, I would agree with you there. I just don't think that they were the best idea. Like, I get the microfighters and all that. I think those are cool. Yeah, I think the microfighters are cool. I understand those. I don't get the need to do the mechs. Back to, I don't know, what does everyone think the worst set of this wave or this year is regarding Lego Star Wars? I don't know. There's a lot of duds here on this year's. I feel like all the other themes are getting some pretty good sets, and I feel like, you know, Star Wars isn't quite becoming DC, or at least it's getting sets, but it's getting some that just aren't exactly good, in my opinion. Touch it here. Here. So, what else was on that list? Yeah, I could see how the Boba Fett kind of makes sense. Like a Stormtroopers, that doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Usually those are like the army build a Stormtrooper. And I get making a cheap way, but I don't feel like one Stormtrooper for $15. It's not exactly an affordable way to army build a bunch of Stormtroopers. And I hope that they never do the clones as mechs. I definitely feel like that there were better options. More. Yeah, he is a bounty hunter, and it does make a little bit of sense in that aspect. It's still not something that I exactly wanted to see. Yeah. But I'm a little excited to see what the clone turbo tank is like. Yeah, it feels like, depending on what's in there, might be a little expensive, but hopefully we get some good clones and different clones than what we've gotten in the past. If you do hear wind, it's heavily windy outside. Droids 12. Oh. Taking a guess which size these are, but hopefully this is the right size. Yeah, I'm right there with you with all this. I'm just not a big fan of them. Then we got buildable Chewbacca. Again, not something that I think that most of the fandom is looking for, and maybe that's LEGO's way of trying to get some new fans into the space, but oops. jumped ahead and forgot a piece. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I know a lot of people don't like that Clone Wars Season 6 Yoda Starfighter. I personally don't mind it. Hopefully, we get some cool minifigures with it. And then, I know I haven't made a video on it, but I know that, I keep on skipping ahead, that there is a UCS X-Wing. So, I'd like to see some UCS prequel era sets, because pretty much, other than the Republic gunship, that's all we ever get. Yeah, I mean, we got the Razorcrest, so I guess that counts for something. Down, this goes here. There we go. But I can't remember like everything. I think the Ahsoka sets will be good, or I'm hopeful. I guess we'll find out. But I definitely feel like that there was kind of more duds than there are greats in this set. You're building a retired pirate set. Which one? That is so cool. I miss my pirate sets. They're a lot of fun. Is it I'm trying to think of that one that was from like the 90s that they brought back for a brief period of time. Barracuda Bay or something like that. The Skull Island. That's a good one. I never got my hands on that one, but that's a cool set. I have some of the, well, most of the Pirates of the Caribbean pirate ships that I was lucky enough to get when they were still being made. Just go with it. Okay, figured it out. Yeah, that Skull Island. Oh, no. Yeah. Let's go underneath. There we go. Yeah, Aaron, that Skull Island was a very cool set. I remember looking at that from the those 90s catalogs and definitely wanting that, but never got my hands on it. go. Alright, we've got a droid eye attached. There we go. What does everyone think about Yavin 4 being actually made into a set finally? It goes like this. Yeah, me too. I'm excited for the 12 minifigures. Like, it's the same value as the Justifier, with so many more minifigures. I think it'll be very cool. And I think, you know, that Microfire Y-Wing is kind of cool to have in there. And you could definitely, it'll probably be like New Hope figures, but you could take, if you have any of the Rogue One sets, and they would go really well with that set. And I think it would be a lot of fun. Like, I know there's a few other. That's a very good question. I hope so, but I don't know. I think for them to make Pirates of the Caribbean sets, even if they revisit and do the old retired sets, I think there would have to be some new content. But that's my take on it. I don't know. Like, I would like there to be. I definitely would agree with that, but I don't know. It's hard to say kind of what Lego's going to do here. Oh, this looks better. Like, I definitely feel like that they're kind of getting into that nostalgia, or I don't know what the word I'm thinking of there. But basically, they are going after a little bit of those nostalgic themes that are retired, but I think with a little bit of strategy to it. So, like, they're doing Indiana Jones again because Indiana Jones is coming back. They're doing Lord of the Rings. You know, I think a couple reasons. There was a trending hashtag that has been going around for a couple of years of bring back Lord of the Rings, as well as Rings of Power. No matter how good that or bad that was, it's generating some publicity for Lord of the Rings again. So I think that's why those themes are coming back. I don't think there's anything really generating the publicity enough to bring back Pirates of the Caribbean yet, but maybe ideas. I know that they're working on a new movie, and maybe that will help. Hoping that they do decide to bring it back, but at this point in time, it's a little hard to say, unfortunately. What do I think of the new Lego game? I have not been looking into too much on that, and I'm not really sure. The only thing I've heard is Disney. And I don't know how much truth is in that. But I would be surprised if they haven't done a Marvel game in a while. I feel like that, you know, it'd be perfect. You know, forget all the new movies from the last couple of years. They could do one that's totally Infinity War, and I think that's what everyone's been looking for and asking for. I know there's other games that they want made that are, you know, Lego themes that don't exist and that are a little more adult. So I don't think that they'll do that, but it's kind of hard to say because they just did Star Wars, and I think they're definitely due up for a Marvel or superheroes. Even a Batman game would be kind of cool. I realized something. I need that other one. So I've been wanting the Infinity War game where they did a collection of through the Avengers eyes and had all the obscure comic characters show up or something like that. But probably won't happen. I have to redo most of this. I don't know. What do you guys think will happen with the video games? So I can't remember if I asked, but would you guys ever like to see me do some live plays of those? Because I have almost all of them, at least the modern ones. I have Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, the new Skywalker, all three of the Marvels. None of this Pride stuff. The Pride Family and all that. Oh, yeah. I would think, but again, like I'm not really that clued into it, so I hope that it's. Uh, my hope, if it is Disney, that it's more on the classic Disney, like kind of how they did the Incredibles game. As I had fun with that, and do one that more goes into like classic Pixar kind of in classic Disney, but that would be my vote. Okay, let's try this with the correct Technic piece. The other eye. Try putting on my eyes the correct way. One of those. Alright, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm leaning towards what I'd like to see for a video game, or the next Lego video game is Marvel. I think it's been long enough that we're due. We're due for a good like Infinity War. Right up. or the other game that I'd like is like a complete um, Lord of the Rings. So I'd love to do a journey with like go from like the Hobbit all the way through the Lord of the Rings in Lego form. That would be so cool. Like, I've heard people thinking that what's my favorite Lego game? Oh, that's a hard one. I gotta say Lord of the Rings. That's just a classic. Like even though it's a little bit dated, it still plays and functions really well. One of my favorite. Like you can go around and collect mini figures and uh, bricks, and you can wander the universe and just explore Middle Earth. And the but it's got to be like my top favorite. If I had to pick a second one, I don't know. I really like that first Lego superhero Marvel. What are your guys' favorite Lego game? Have you played them? I do like the Star Wars ones. Like, it's just so hard to pick with these. I enjoy all these uh, Lego games. It's hard to rank them. Those are like my top two. Yeah. Me while I fix. There we go. Oh, I can't believe that I forgot to. One thing that the Lego games do a really good job is their cutscenes and just slapstick. It's one of my favorite parts of it. Like, I love the ending of Lego Marvel Avengers, where like the cutscene rolls and you got Stan Lee picking up the Thor's hammer and dusting. It's just one of my favorite things. I think we should have some balance to this thing. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I don't know how well you can see that. Hopefully it's looking like what it's supposed to look like. I am missing one of the translucent 1x1 dots. Bricks, plates. That's what it's called. Nice. Good with that. Oh, I know what these are. I know what this piece is going to be. anyone seen the Disney CMF leaks that happened a little while ago? What do you all think about that? I think some of those look kind of good, and it's going to be the last CMF. I think before we switch to the boxes. Pretty sure. Look, what is this doing over here? You think it'll be good? I didn't know that the Disney one is getting backlash. I know that the switching to boxes is, but that's not supposed to happen until the next. So I think Disney's the last one, and maybe I'm totally wrong about this. But I believe that the Disney CMF is going to be the last one in the foil bags, and then the next one, like the Marvel one that's coming out in the fall, is going to be the boxes, which I'm not looking forward to. Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying it's like gambling, which I don't know that I entirely agree with, but then again, I've never gambled, so. I think like the first Disney one I never got any minifigures from, but I think that it could be good. So far the minifigure designs are looking pretty sharp from what I've seen. These guys. I think I'm more looking forward to the Marvel ones. I think I'm hearing like a Moon Knight, which is, I don't know why that show has been like my favorite, and I'm really excited to get a minifigure version. I was looking at building my own, but I haven't gotten around to it. It's going to cost me way more than the $5 that Lego's going to charge for a blind bag. I think a lot of the ones that I was going to use were retired minifigures. Like I needed the Mummy from the CMS. When do I think the next DC game is? Ooh, that's a very good question. Oh, we're just gonna make this until this clicks. I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be a couple of years. And we used to get more Lego. We used to get like a game or two a year, and now it's slowed down a little bit. We're only getting about one. I don't know. I feel like this year could be a good year for a DC or Batman game. But I'm not entirely sure when the next one will be. I think within the next like 3 years. I think it should be on the slate. DC and Marvel. Oh, you say DC. I'm a Marvel guy. I gotta say, like it, and don't get me wrong, and droid DC. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely a Marvel. I think I like some of those weird comic characters better. One more. What does everyone else think? We'll see what this chat thinks about Marvel or DC. What do you guys pick? We got Aaron who says DC. I'm gonna say Marvel. Try these into the tracks. Bit of a fight here with these tracks. Well, the track doesn't spin like it used to. That's that one. Stick it over here. See what I can do with this next one. Oh, oops. That's not right. Let's try that. There we go. Now we'll go on the next snail tag. There we go. Yeah, let's see. Axle piece. See, what are you guys' favorite separatist vehicle from Star Wars? Obviously. I don't know why I had to clarify that, but genuinely curious right now. These are supposed to spin. So I think mine is the AAT, that tank that was in Phantom Menace, and then was in a lot of the battles of in the Clone Wars. Just a really cool looking tank. I also like these snail tanks as well. They didn't show up too much. So these are these. Oops. Dropped a piece and closing my instructions. So, yeah. These are gonna give me trouble. Alright, well. It goes like this. That's the connection. These 2009 instructions, though, man, they do not tell you or show you really clearly what kind of pieces you need. Did I put the wrong ones? No, those are the 4s. I see what I did. What I thought. Yeah, this is the problem when you build two of the same sets, which is very similar to being the same. So you mix up the pieces. this. Movies. See if I can fix this. And then this. Okay. This goes like this. Anyone looking forward to the new Marvel or DC movies? This. You gotta go? Alright. Yeah, I think. Have a good one, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining. Alright, there we go. No, there we don't go. These sets are not going my way. Not how I imagine this. Definitely have a good one, Aaron. I think I'm going to wrap up here in a second. It's been about an hour, and I should eat before I forget. So I think I'm going to finish this guy up, and then we're going to call it a stream. I'll get everything set up to build the other snail tank later on a different stream. I think that's the plan. That. Then like this. Too short. Alright, well I think I'm gonna wrap it up there, and we'll do the other snail tank on the next stream, and we'll work out some other ideas and things that we're gonna be maybe doing in the future. But I hope you guys all have a great night, day, whatever time it is. I'll see you in the very next stream.